This rare 1942 footage shows SS recruits at the Sennheim training facility in modern-day France. At the end of this video, I'll show more from this reel, so stick around. Today we're covering part 12 in the series that covers this sensational war diary, written by a platoon leader from the motorized infantry division Das Reich named Kurt, who led during the final assault on Moscow in the winter of 1941-42. In the last video, part 11 of the series, the division took up defensive positions in the Dorogobusch Bridgehead, with the responsibility of countering any Russian attack that might come from the south, attempting to break out units trapped in the Smolensk Pocket. In part 12, we'll see what happened during the defense of this position using Kurt's diary, original situational maps, and associated film footage. If you like material produced with primary historical sources, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. You won't be disappointed, I promise. And if by chance you're interested in possibly buying Kurt's war diary, it is for sale. Please contact me through the website military1945.com. I asked for opinions regarding Kurt's statement that German soldiers, especially those in units like his, should never have to go on the defensive. I'm interested in knowing whether early Waffen SS soldiers had received adequate defensive operations training, or whether, since they would never need it, that had been largely omitted. Waffen SS units that had been active in the campaigns in Poland and in the West had taken higher casualties than normal Wehrmacht soldiers, which is largely attributed to their heightened aggressiveness. There was a discussion as to whether the Waffen SS units should be disbanded altogether and the soldiers placed in the Wehrmacht. In fact, only Himmler's political clout stopped this from happening. During the war of attrition that Russia would quickly become, the taking of unnecessary casualties was taken seriously, with commanders who allowed this to happen considered incompetent. Out of necessity, the Germans became masters of mobile defense, rushing fast-moving units to critical areas in the front. Military strength would be seen as a precious resource that needed to be used sparingly. Put simply, it was better to let the enemy's soldiers die for their country. But how much strength was wasted before those lessons had been learned? If you have anything to add to the conversation, please leave that in the comment section below. But now, let's get back to Kurt's entry for July 21st. Die Division liegt dabei in einer Breite von 38 Kilometern. The division was spread out over a front of 38 kilometers of contact with the enemy. The defensive line was so thin that there was only one man for every few meters of territory. From the very beginning, the Russians bombarded us heavily with their artillery, which made us begin to wonder if we would be able to hold. The stress was increased by not having an overview of the situation, and therefore not understanding why we were not able to go over to the offensive. This is a good place for me to thank my Patreon supporters. Without their support, buying these originals to create the content wouldn't be possible. Patreon channel members get access to exclusive film footage that can't be shown here. Open a free account on my website, military1945.com, and take a look at some example footage. Come and see. This is a situational map of July 22nd, 1941, from the original German High Command War Atlas for Operation Barbarossa. Here we can see the area of operation in Kurt's entry. The majority of SS Division Reich was situated here, with Kurt's regiment, Der Führer, positioned farther to the north. There are an estimated 14 divisions, including 5 Soviet tank divisions, trapped in the pocket, and there is considerable pressure coming from both the east and the west on the defensive positions. He continues. After spending the first few days behind the embankment, on the third day we are moved to the Pronino Heights, where we'll spend the next 8 days carrying out the defensive orders. The Russian artillery bombardments hammer us continually. It's completely impossible for us to leave our foxholes from sunrise until sunset, and there's a complete lack of communication with the neighboring friendly units. Only at night are we able to do anything. Through intercepted Soviet communications and information gathered through the interrogation of Russian prisoners, we are able to learn that 9 complete Soviet divisions have been ordered to retake the city Yelnya and to destroy the SS Division Reich. The Soviet Marshal Voroshilov has supposedly himself arrived to the front to personally carry out this operation with all available forces. And now, let's get back to that Sennheim training facility film footage. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe to the channel.